So let's talk about this. Okay, so whenever you are starting an AI avatar channel, right, the entire idea is that you can press one button and then you can generate the entire video, right? The entire idea of this is to automate creating the YouTube channel from ideas, titles, scripts, thumbnails, which can be done inside Subscriber. If you guys are here, you guys are Subscriber users. And then what we've also just recently launched is video generation. You can press it with one button and you can generate the video. What I like to do whenever I'm starting new channels, and a bunch of you guys have questions about starting new channels, is that I start 3 channels in parallel and not one. Why do I decide to start 3 channels in parallel? Okay, because whenever you start a YouTube channel, really there are so many different variables right now. Okay, for example, how good of a trust score does your Gmail have, and whether your very first video will get impressions or not. And none of that really is guaranteed. So what most people will do, and really this is something that I don't encourage you to do unless you have a very, very high quality of a YouTube video, right, or of a channel, is that right now what people will do is that they'll go ahead and they'll start channel 1, right? And then they'll wait 1 week. So there's week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, okay? And then they'll go ahead, they'll post 1 video here, 1 video here, 1 video here, and 1 video here. And then by the end of the first month, they have 4 videos of data, right? And this is okay, if only okay if you're doing high quality content, right? That means that requires an editor. But the type of channel that we are starting over here is an AI avatar YouTube channel, right? And we'll kind of define terms a little bit later. And with an AI avatar YouTube channel, this is like an AI YouTube channel. So that means the idea, the title, to thumbnail, to script, to video gen is fully automated. And when this is fully automated, what you can now do is literally with like 30 minutes of work, right? You can get a full video output it. Okay? But kind of the downside of running an AI avatar YouTube channel is that the videos may not be as high quality. But one of the advantages of this is if you can do 30 minutes of work, right? You don't have to record on camera. You don't have to, make sure that the script is like perfect and polished and in your voice, right? What you can do with 30 minutes of work is that you can start multiple channels and then you can post more videos that way. So what that specifically means is that now you can start channel 1, and you can do channel 2, you can do channel 3, and then on week 1, what you can do is you can post 3 videos, you can post 3 videos here, and then you can post 3 videos here, and then you have 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, 3 here. You can post 3 here, 3 here, and 3 here. And then what you can do once you have posted all of these videos. Well, and then what the main difference is with these types of videos is that over here you have 12 videos of data, you have 12 videos of data here, and then you have 12 videos of data here. So you would have actually given YouTube the opportunity to have in total, what is this? 36 videos of data. Okay, compared to 4 videos of data, right? This is kind of the reason you would run this entire model is that number 1, it's much lower cost on a per video basis in order to run it. It's much cheaper to run on a per video basis, and because that way you can have 36 videos of data, you have much more options to do with this, right? And then with these 36 videos of data, let's say you would run 3 channels in parallel, okay? Give me a second. You have in this very specific case like 9 times more data, okay? 9 times more data. Okay, and then practically what will actually happen here is that, okay, maybe channel 1 and channel 2 doesn't do so well, but then you can see channel 3 take off. And then what you will do is that you will transfer resources from this channel to this channel over here. And then that way you can, we can actually start growing channel 3 into an asset that continues growing. Does this make sense so far, or is this complete gibberish, right? Like really the entire idea of doing this is so that the data actually works. There's some people in the comments, Brian, the link in the email is not auto-loading, so I have to right-click to say open and meet. Okay, my bad. When you start a new channel, are you creating a new email address for each or putting them under a single account? So in each of these, we are starting this with a new Gmail, okay? We'll talk about some of the best practices within that, but you can kind of see in here, right? Like practically what the data look like. Let's say, this channel gets like 1,000 views, okay? In like the first month, which is like after posting 12 videos, you get 1,000 views, it means 100 views a video. Okay. No, that's like, yeah, that's about 100 views a video. Let's say you get, let's say this channel gets maybe 5,000 views, okay? Or like maybe this channel doesn't get any views, maybe it gets 100 views, okay? And in this channel, you can see it gets 10,000 views after 12 videos, right? Maybe one video got like 8,000 views or something like that. But then this will give you the data. And it's like, hey, actually this channel 100 views. That means out of 12 videos, that means out of 12 videos, if each of these get 100 views, and you guys can reserve your questions to the end, I'll make sure to answer all of your questions, right? Let's say each of these get 100 views. That means each of these get 10 views. That means this channel is completely dead. That means you're completely wasting money in these videos. You're wasting time. So I'm just going to transfer the resources over here. And then maybe you can continue with this channel, or you can completely kill this channel, and then your cost basis will be a lot lower, right? And then this channel can reach monetization twice as fast, right? And that is really the beauty of running like any AI channel, right? And this will really, this actually makes a lot more sense as a model to run in the very first month. If after 4 weeks, right, your entire channel has 10,000 views, you're actually doing very, very well. Okay, and reserve your questions to the end because we'll answer that a little bit later. So that is exactly how I think about starting channels and why this model actually really works. Okay, so once again, right, you get 3 shots at finding a winner, right? If you were to post once a week, it's a lot harder. You don't have the certainty, right? It costs the same amount as running like a traditional channel, right? Let's say this one per video, it costs like what, $200 to edit. Let's say $200. Okay, $200 is like super, like for simple math, like let's call it $200. Okay, conservatively $200. That means to run this, it costs $800, right? But if you could generate a single video, right, at let's say $20, what's 20 times 12? Asian math is not in my favor right now. Okay, this will be $240. Okay, to run this. That'll be $240 in order to run this, right? In order to run a single channel. And then if you run 3 channels, bang, bang, it's about $800. Okay, so this is pretty much the model that you want to think of from a cost per video standpoint. Okay, transparently, is it all like rainbows and sunshines? And is it necessarily like this model is much better than this model? Okay, that is not necessarily the case. Okay, because this model does have its use cases, right? Where you spend a lot of time on a single video and you make sure that the video is high quality. But in a lot of the cases, right, with a lot of the people that a lot of you guys that I talk to, like a lot of you guys don't really know how to get even videos edited for $200. In a lot of the cases, the assumption that I make here is that you guys post 4 times a week, 4 times in a month. How many of you guys sitting here post 4 times a month? Okay, you guys maybe can type something in the chat. How many of you guys do it post 4 times a month? Okay, I argued many of you guys don't even post 4 times a month, and certainly the chat has, right? But I'd imagine that some of you guys do, but probably most of you guys don't. So if there is like a consistency issue here, maybe you don't even hit 4 uploads a month. Whereas with this system, right, it's like fully automated with AI, and it's not dependent on an editor. Pretty much AI does the editing, and this is a model that you can run, right? But if we're being honest with ourselves, right, what is the value of doing high quality content? Okay, the value of doing high quality content is it builds a brand. Okay, yes, it does build a brand. Of course, it does build a brand. Can you build a brand with like these AI avatar channels? The answer is yes. You could maybe build a brand. Is the brand going to be as strong as like a personal brand? Like, no, probably not, right? But if right now, let's say in this specific case, this is, I'm assuming when I say build a brand, this is looking at like high quality content. This is assuming that we're looking at personal brand content, when that is really not necessarily the case, right? We might not actually be looking at personal brand content. A lot of you guys run, let's say, faceless channels, right? Where you guys are doing this, where actually where you run a faceless channel, you're not necessarily building a brand, you are just outsourcing it to someone, in which case it's actually much better to do a model like this, because then you have way more data points. Because if you post 4 videos in a month, who's to say that this will get there'll be one video that gets 10,000 views, right? There is inherent risk like that, right? There's inherent risk that, maybe your videos get like 500 views each, right? But here I have a lot more chances to strike, and the channels have a lot more chance to grow. But in full honesty, does this like build a brand, that's like, going to be like the same as Alex Ramosi? The answer is no, but you could probably build a channel fast, and then you can add brand building elements afterwards. Okay. Let me just accept more people to this call. We have a bunch of people in this call. We have almost 60 people in this call right now. So this is the exact strategy that I'm going to go into. So let's get into more of the other pieces of content here. So in terms of like a 4-week roadmap, in terms of starting a channel like this, right? Week 1, I would pick 3 niches. I would set up 3 channels, create 1 avatar, and then I would post a video as fast as possible, right? Week 2, we would ship those videos, and then by week 3, right? Let's say we post 3 videos a week. After week 1 and week 2, we would have 6 videos already posted. We would have the data in order to refine it, and then we can double down on week 4, right? And this is like a very simple model to run, right? Actually running multiple channels is not difficult on a model like this, because it is fully done with AI, right? Which is pretty cool.